This is horrible. The death of this young girl is causing outrage right now in Ghana, and we need to talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome to African Crime True Life Story. If this is your first time of coming across this page, please kindly subscribe to us. Earlier this month, this 35 years old girl, her name is Georgina Asor. She is a final year nursing student. She told her family that she was going for a job interview at a nursing school, Cape Coast in Ghana. That was on Wednesday, on the 7th of September 2022. And that was the last time anyone saw her alive. She never returned back home to her family. Her family kept on calling her phone line, but it was switched off. And the family became worried and went to the police station, and instantly a missing person report was filed on her. Her family and friends and people in her area began to post her disappearance on Facebook and on other social media networks. For 2 to 3 weeks, nothing happened or heard. No one knew anything. Not until on the 20th of September 2022, that was 3 weeks after the incident, a pastor, this man right here, allegedly went straight to the police station to make a confession. It turned out that the pastor did not actually went to the police station to confess out of guilt. No, it was a neighbor who remembered seeing the pastor picking up Georgina and seeing Georgina in the pastor vehicle that actually went to report him to the police. In fact, the same neighbor also went to Georgina family and tell them that he remembered seeing Georgina going to the pastor vehicle. That was when the police was able to go and find him and arrest him. He told the police, the pastor now told the police officer that he knew where Georgina was, that he and the chief, a notable chief in the community, in their area where they live, it was both of them who kidnapped the girl, and they both forced themselves on her. After they have violated the girl, they now give her RIP. This is wicked. How can you violate somebody after violating her? You now give her RIP. And after she has not given up the ghost, they now take her body to the chief house in one of his many apartments, because the chief is a rich man in the area. They went to go and bury her in a shallow grave in one of the chief apartments. After the pastor confession, the police now followed him to the chief apartment to show them where the place that they buried Georgina. When they get there, the pastor showed them that Georgina was buried in the kitchen floor in the apartment. Unfortunately for them, the chief heard that the police was looking for him, so he went into hiding. Right now, as we speak, the chief is currently on the run. The police are still looking for him. The only confusing thing about this story is, why did the pastor and the chief do this to this young girl? Why was she targeted, and why was her body taken to the chief place to be buried? But people are saying that the girl Georgina is familiar with the pastor, that the pastor knew her and knew her family and knew her sister, that on that day Georgina was going for the job interview, it was the pastor that even offered to give her a lift. He was even the one that picked her up from her home and gave her a lift, and even promised to take her to the job interview. Nobody knows what happened. Maybe she went to the interview, maybe she did not go, but eventually, somewhere along the line, she was kidnapped, either by the pastor or the chief, because still, the story is still not very clear. But people are claiming that the pastor and the chief was the one who violated her and then gave her RIP and buried her in the chief apartment. some people are speculating that it might have been an act of money ritual, because how else will they do such a horrible crime? And why was the girl their target? And why did they bury her in the chief place? Again, the story is still not very much clear. Anyway, the story is still very much new, and it's still very fresh and new. So they are bound to be an update, and we will do a little bit of checkup in the story, because right now the chief is still yet on the run. The chief has not yet been caught, because the chief need to come out and explain his own side of the story. Right now, Georgina's body has been exhumed and taken to the lab for autopsy, because the police want to find her. They want to find out the cause of her death. What a tragic and a painful story for a young girl who was going for a job interview. To look for a job, he was going for a job interview to better her life, only to meet her end in the hand of this monster called pastor. This is very sad. And she even knew this pastor. Right now, some people are even saying that the girl was used for some kind of treatment or form of money ritual for the chief. I believe that this girl was used for a money ritual. Some people are even saying the pastor is a boyfriend to the girl, to Georgina's sister. That is even a sugar daddy. The pastor is even a sugar daddy to Georgina's sister. And the worst part of it, the pastor is even a married man. But still, this is a very sad story. But we will keep you on updating when we hear any new information from the investigation. Share your thoughts on the comments below. Don't forget to like this page, still follow, share, and give this video a thumbs up. Bye.